everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer. Today we're going to be doing a neutral look, something that works really well for Zoom calls, for work, an everyday kind of look. I'm going to use the new Sydney Grace Coffee Talk palette, the new Chanel blush in ombre, and one of the new Suqqu fall lipsticks. So if you're interested in seeing that, just stay tuned. Hey everybody, let me pull my hair back. I was like looking around for, it's like, what did I do with my headband? Pull my hair back. As I said in my intro, today's gonna be kind of a short video. I have a lot of videos kind of back to back right now because I picked up so much stuff in Vegas and then did a couple of hauls, I guess you would call them. And I do want you guys to see them. I want you to see the new things while they're still available and while they're out in the market. Sometimes these things sell out. Supply chain's been really weird lately, just across the board, not just with makeup. I was in a Chanel boutique today and I was talking to the SAs about just, like the bags and the jewelry and stuff. And I guess they're having problems, on the supply chain as it comes to accessories and clothes and other things. So, it's not just makeup. So I feel like with some of these things, I want to get them out to you in case they do sell out or there is really limited stock. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, by the time this goes up, it's going to be very close to September, if not September. And as we get closer to September, believe it or not, that's when holiday starts launching. Anyway, and I will be picking up holiday releases and collections. And those are going to start coming, and then it's going to kind of cascade from there. And I just feel like I don't want any of these things to just go by the wayside, not do videos on them. So I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter, although you wouldn't be able to tell it by the way I'm rambling right now. But I'm going to make this one a little shorter, and we're just going to throw on some new things. On my nails, I have the Dior Wild Wings. This was part of the Dior fall collection. I've worn Early Bird and now Wild Wings. I don't think I've worn the other one yet, Nightbird or whatever it is. Just want you to see. It's the ones that are kind of like duochrome-y, I guess. I really like the shade. I think it's really nice. It's probably my favorite of the three that I picked up, but I wanted you to see that. The Dior nail polishes seem to be wearing really well too. I don't do well with wear. Usually they wear off very, very quickly, so I've been impressed. On my face is the Say Skin Tint, which I really love. This is a foundation tinted moisturizer that I wear for like normal, like everyday kind of days. I was running around, getting my hair done, doing some other stuff, and that's what I usually use. I use this tinted moisturizer, but the Say one is really good and I really like it. It stays on, it's moisturizing, it looks really good. It doesn't give you a flawless finish because it's a tinted moisturizer, so it's, you can see the imperfections in my skin, but I'm A, okay with that, and B, if I'm running around, I'm not looking for a full coverage makeup. That's just me. I did, however, pick up a full coverage makeup today. I picked up the new Chanel, well, it's not new, the reformulated Chanel foundation, and so I will have a video on that as well. I also picked up the concealers, and so we'll pull that into a video soon. And I feel like there's something I'm missing that I wanted to say, but for the life of me, I don't know what it was. So let's use this is the ombre Chanel blush. And this blush came out with the fall collection. And it's a really light blush. Let's be honest. This is the kind of blush that works on someone like me and someone paler than me, and that's about it. So, but I would say that this blush actually works really well on me. I really like this blush. I think it's a great shade for me. It's, super flattering on my skin tone. But again, it's a really, really pale blush. You can see, like, I built it up and there's still, there's not a lot there. But if you're looking for a very light, beigey pink blush and you're pale like I am, then this is a good choice for you. The formulation of the new Chanel blushes I still don't think it's even close to the old formula. That's my personal opinion. That's what Chanel did. I don't know why. I'm not going to do a highlighter today. You know what? I'll do a highlighter. Hold on. I'll use the new Bobbi Brown Ulla Johnson. This is the Pink Glow highlighter. And what I'd say about the Pink Glow is it is not the same as the Rosy Glow. A couple of you asked me that. It's not the same. This is lighter and pinker. The Rosy Glow in the Bobbi Brown is deeper. So there is a difference between the Bobbi Brown Pink Glow and the Bobbi Brown Rosy Glow. I do like the Bobbi Brown highlighters. I think they work really well. They're a beautiful shade. Well, I like the pinker shades, but it's really nice. I think, you know, they work well on more mature skin. They're a good choice. I have seen the Bobbi Brown, some of the Bobbi Brown like holiday and stuff. I don't know, guys. Again, I feel like it's August. It's just too early. Okay, so for Sydney Grace, you guys said that you wanted to see the Sydney Grace in action. This is Coffee Talk in light. I also have the candy one. It's not the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. And that's a really pretty palette. It's a very colorful palette. Sweet Temptations, something like that. Anyway, I'll put it down below. And it's very pretty. But when I'm doing work calls and running around, I do admit I tend to stick with neutrals. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll swatch. First one is Cream. I know you guys are all like, but you have a channel with all this stuff. And I'd be like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's not to say I don't like the, you know, really shiny and unique formulas and things like that, because I do. But like, just if I'm running around, you know, I just kind of, I go with a neutral palette most of the time. Not always. I think I save my more like interesting looks for like evening, probably, I would say. Not everyone does. Okay, so these first three shades, we've got Crema, Frap, and Macchiato. I love the names. And if you're not familiar with Sydney Grace, it is an independent brand. They have beautiful eyeshadows. This is Cold Brew. This has definitely more of a gray tone to it, like a grayish. I love every shadow I've ever used from Sydney Grace. Can't say there was ever one that was bad. That's Java. They're all very pigmented. The mattes are very smooth. The shimmers are great. Nothing bad to say about Sydney Grace. Espresso. The customer service is excellent. They're just a good company. They're a good company that has great product. Great company that has great products. That's Espresso. And honestly, they might be some of my favorite formulas. You know, it's close. I have a bunch of different favorites. This is Ristretto, but I have to say, if you look at like the creaminess of their satiny formulas and their shimmery formulas, there really isn't anything else like it on the market. I mean, they do just an amazing job. This is Latte. And it's all of the shades, whether they're, you know, neutrals like this or colorful, or they just do a great job. And every palette I've ever used is just really good. And the last one, Cup of Joe. Even like their singles, I don't usually do singles, but their singles are amazing too. And their cream, you know, the ones in the squeezy tubes. I forgot the name of them. But anyway, so those are the shades. I mean, they're all stunning. You cannot go wrong with this palette. And it's a great neutral palette. But you've got, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 shades that I guess I would consider either satin or shimmer. These are great mattes. You've got, you know, sort of a grayish undertone matte, another deeper one that has a little bit more of a gray. These are a little bit more warm tone. I mean, if you're looking for like the one neutral palette that you can't live without, I think I saw some stuff on Instagram about like if you could only have one neutral palette. Now, I just got this, so I mean, you know, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I think it would be like this. I mean, what else could you want in a neutral palette? That's it right there. And you could definitely make this more intense. Like this Cup of Joe shade, you could put that all over the eye and that'd be a pretty intense look and really beautiful. All the shades also have staying power. I mean, I rubbed that off with a microfiber towel and it's still there. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Let's take our Sonia D Classic Crease Brush. This weekend is I have to clean brushes this weekend. Like, gotta do it. Let's take the macchiato. I've put it off and put it off because I don't like cleaning my brushes. I don't know what to say. I don't like cleaning my brushes. I mean, just being, you know, honest with all you guys. I have friends who get real joy out of cleaning, out of decluttering, all those things. I don't have that. I really don't. I would be fine having someone do that for me. I don't get joy out of cleaning. I don't like things to be messy. I like things to be organized, but I find that I don't get joy out of getting it that way. Like when it comes to work, I'm very organized. Like I'm that person. I only have things in my inbox that are things that I need to work on. As soon as I'm done with something, it goes into a folder. Like it's, you know, filed away, and I'm very organized. Everything is color coded. You know, people's emails all have different like designations. In that way, I'm extremely organized. But when it comes to just like my daily life, as you saw if you watched my organization video of my makeup, I would like things to be really organized. I would like all my makeup to be like, you know, my palettes to be alphabetical and organized so I could find them. But I'm not probably going to spend the time to do it because my life is so busy that when I prioritize the very few hours that I have, that's not something I do as a priority. I know other people who would be like, that would be their first priority. For me, I'm just like, well, that's what's going to have to go. I'd rather have sleep. And I know there's other people who'd be like, no, I can't sleep because I got to do this first. So, I mean, that's what I mean. It's like, it's not like I don't see the value in it. It's just given the limited time that I have, it's lower on my priority list. Take the Wayne Goss number 4. My sister, on the other hand, I'm going to use the Frapp. Now, Frapp can also be Frappe, but I live in New England, and up here we have something called a Frapp, which is a milkshake. It's just a thicker milkshake, milkshake, and I don't eat dairy, but I don't actually get to eat anything, to be honest with you. But if I did, my favorite thing, and I do have it every once in a while, but I can have like a few sips, is a coffee milkshake. Love coffee milkshakes. I don't drink coffee. I know, I'm weird. But I do like coffee milkshakes. So we call it Frapps, but I have seen people say Frappe. So we're going to take, this is the lighter shade, and we're just going to go over the eye with it and go into the crease. But my sister is very neat, like OCD neat, and I did not get that trait. That comes from my dad. My dad was a very neat person. Like very, very neat. And I did not get that. I am an organized person, but I'm, you know, if everything else, like if I have to prioritize what gets done, I'll just be like, well, that's just gonna have to get cleaned up later. Because I have other things I need to do. But I would like it to all be organized. Be happy to have someone else do it for me, and that'd be great. All right, so those are the two shades. I'll blend it out more, but you can see like these are two matte shades. I mean, they blend really well. They look really great on the eye. They're easy to use. They're kind of foolproof. Like most of the Sydney Grace stuff is pretty foolproof. Let me just buff out the top here. Yeah, for me, you know, for the kind of calls and meetings that I have, it's important that the look is a little bit more subdued, I guess is the best way to say it. So I do stick with neutrals. It doesn't mean that I don't use some color, you know, like when I'm at conferences or meetings and stuff. But over a Zoom call, I tend to keep my makeup pretty basic most of the time. I did do a look with the metallic denim from Tom Ford and then got on Zoom calls, but they were internal Zoom calls. So, you know, and people didn't notice the makeup. They were just like, wow, Jen, you know, you look more like done up today. I was like, yes, playing around with makeup. They're like, oh, okay. We're gonna use the Chanel. This is the domed brush. And I'm gonna take a little bit of the Java, which was the deeper shade. Yeah, it was just kind of funny, actually. They were like, what is going on? It's like, well, I didn't really think it out. When I put this on, I wasn't really thinking. I also, part of me didn't really believe it was gonna be that pigmented because I had seen other people use it and it didn't look like it had a lot of pigment. I hadn't seen videos, but I had seen like, you know, looks done with it, pictures, and then mine was very pigmented. So I was like, well, okay. And I'll clean up the outer eye area, but I think you can see these shades are what you would consider neutral, yes, but it's not like they're, you know, not pigmented. These are pigmented shades. Let's take the Ristretto, which is the second lightest shimmery shade. I'm going in with a flat definer from Sydney Grace. Sydney Grace is the eyeshadow from Sonia G. And we're gonna put this on the eye. It's just a beautiful shade. Like I said, all the shades. Sydney Grace does just an amazing job. I don't know why they don't have more publicity. I don't know what the word is, but I mean, every palette, every time they put together, you know, shades, they do such an amazing job. They're all amazing. Like, I just, you know, I can't say the same is true for like every Dior or every Tom Ford, but Sydney Grace knocks it out of the park every time. All right, I'm gonna take the Wayne Goss 03, buff that in a little bit. So yeah, I always buy the new Sydney Grace palettes. I don't really buy the singles. I do have some. I'm just not a huge, I don't know. I like a curated palette, I think, because I like travel. Well, I mean, I was travel with them, and you know, singles really aren't that convenient to travel with. So I think that's where it comes from. I don't know. Maybe I just like the idea of a palette. I'm not sure. But I know I have friends who love, you know, the singles, and Sydney Grace has some of the best. All right, so I'm going to use the Crema, which is that very light shade. I'm using the same brush because I'm just using this on the inner corner of the eye, and I will use it like in the literally inner corner. But I'm also using it on the lid itself. And we'll blend it into the other shade. We'll take a little bit more of that Ristretto, sorry. And just blend the two in the middle. Blending. I feel like half my look is just blending. Yeah, the shades are, I mean, so impressive. Just really amazing. Okay, we're gonna go back in with the classic crease. I'm just gonna use a little bit more of the macchiato, which was like the deeper shade that we used in the beginning, just to go over the shimmery shades in the crease a little. Tie everything together a little bit better. Not a lot, just, you know, a little bit. And then I'm gonna clean up this outer corner here, and then we'll use probably espresso lower lash line, put on some mascara. All right, let's take the espresso, which was the deepest of the matte shades. Yeah, it makes a really good liner shade. And if you wanted to intensify the look even more, use this and like Cup of Joe, you definitely get a deeper, a much deeper look. Like, and I could see using just a couple shades from this as well. If you wanted like more of a true everyday, like, you know, you don't want to wear a lot of shadow. And if you put on just like 1 or 2 shades, you'd get a very, what I would consider everyday look. But we've had this conversation before. Everyday look depends on who you are. So let me put on a little bit of mascara, and then I will show you how the new Suqqu sheer matte lips look with this. Mascara is on. I'm wearing the Jones Road mascara today. Jones Road mascara is actually one of my favorites. I really like that. From the Jones Road collection that came out, there's a number of products that I actually really like, including the mascara. I need to do a revisit with that brand with all of you. In fact, there are a number of products that I want to revisit that I've been trying out over the last couple months that I want to try to incorporate into some let's catch up on how these things are doing. And I keep meaning to, but then they keep dropping new releases. I'm hoping over the next couple weeks I can do that. That's another reason I wanted to get like a bunch of videos out with the new stuff, so that I can start doing some where you see me bring back some of the, not old, but you know, just a couple of months so you can see how it's working. Anyway, mascara is on. I think this is a beautiful look. I think the shadows are gorgeous. I'm not surprised. I was expecting nothing less from Sydney Grace. Sydney Grace always does an immaculate job. The shadows are great. The mattes are smooth. The shimmers are stunning. They look good on a mature eye. The price point is very reasonable. This is the light. Yeah, this is Coffee Light. If it's still available, I would strongly encourage anyone who's interested in a neutral palette to pick this up. And this is the kind of thing that, like, if you're interested in like one neutral palette that you would never, like, you could just have one, this would be one. Like, it's really good. I know I sound like it's really, really good. All right, so let's see. I think today, the 07 is a little too, let's look at the 06. I didn't get the lightest one. 06, maybe the 103. Let's see the 103. I think the shade that would probably be the best is one I didn't pick up, like the 101. Yeah, let's do the 103. That's this one. This is the 7. This is the 6. This is the 103. They're all very brown shades, and it's interesting. I've seen a lot of nude lips come out lately. The Wayne Goss nude lips are out. They look like they're brown toned. Charlotte Tilbury had the super nudes. I did pick up some things from that, by the way. I will be doing a video on that as well. See what I'm saying? All these new things. If it suddenly makes me look like Cindy Crawford, though, I'm totally on board for that. It's unlikely. So let's try the 103. There we go. Yeah, I think all of the ones that I picked up might be a little warm for the look that we did today. Because the look that we did, it's like almost got some ice to it, some coolness to it because of this cream shade, crema shade in the inner corner. It is a warm toned look, but it's not, it's like, I think it's neutral. I mean, that's the great thing about this. I think it is a neutral palette. I think you create, you know, a neutral look. You can do a cooler look if you do more of the grayish color. And there was another color in there that had more of that, you know, cool undertone. But I think if you sort of mix things together, I think you kind of get a neutral. But this shade, the 103, is more of a, it's a warmer brown. It almost has like a orangey, chestnutty kind of shade. I love the shade, but it might be a little bit too, a little too brown for this look. But like I said, I wanted to show you a different Suqqu shade. I showed you the 10 in the Suqqu video, and this is the 103. The 103 is one of the special shades. The 101 is the lightest and probably would go the best with this look. I did not pick that one up. The 102 has more of like an orangey, like more so than this one. And there are other shades, maybe number 1 that had sort of that cool toned. I might go back and pick one more up if there are some available, because I am thinking I want to get the 129 blush. I still haven't decided. But anyway, I do think it's a really pretty lip, and I wanted to show it to you again because in a different shade, because like I said, the name of these sheer matte lipsticks I really think is misleading. I understand what they mean by matte because they have the texture is kind of a matte, but I gotta say, on the lips, they don't feel matte. They don't really look matte. They look like a velvet. They look like a light velvet. They're very comfortable to wear. And I do really, really like this formula. I think they did a really good job of creating something that's a little bit longer lasting, but not super pigmented. Yeah, I gotta say, really impressed with Suqqu. I think they've done an excellent job. So anyway, so I wanted to pull out, you know, another shade so you could see it in case there are still some available on different sites. Cult Beauty, Harrods, Liberty London, Selfridges. If you don't own any Sydney Grace eyeshadows, I really strongly encourage you to go and shop their site. If you're not like, you don't want to pick up, you know, a full palette, pick up a couple singles if you like singles. Their eyeshadows are absolutely some of the best I've ever used. Just hands down, stunningly beautiful. So, you know, I can't give them a higher. They're really that good. They're absolutely amazing. The blush is the Ombre Blush by Chanel, and as I've said, it works really well for me. It's basically a not really there blush, and for me, if I'm doing a really subdued look, it's perfect. But for most people, it's gonna be a non-existent blush. So if you're that much deeper than me, I really don't encourage you to pick it up because I don't think you'll see anything. And then the Bobbi Brown Ulla Johnson Pink Glow is a really beautiful highlighter. I will say the packaging is really pretty, but if you're buying it for the like white, you know, pink embossing, that basically rubs off and you get the just pink. So there's nothing wrong with that, but let's see if I can get that to show up. But the thing is, if you're buying it, you know, just for that, then I don't know if I would say pick this up because it's, you know, eventually the embossing is gonna come off and you're just gonna have the pink glow. But if you don't have Pink Glow by Bobbi Brown, this is a really good highlighter if you like a cool toned pink highlighter. Okay guys, I think that's it for today. So I've worked my way through most of the new things. There's still more, but I'm gonna try to get those up so you might see more videos from me than you usually see. And then hopefully I can incorporate some, you know, revisiting of stuff that I've used before we get to holiday. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.